Well, guys, guess what? This is your career engineer, and right now you are looking at my icon or my avatar, and I am just doing an audio because for some reason you have to love this. I've been doing videos all day, and for some reason there's no camera, but it's okay. We're going to continue because it's about giving you some tips and tricks to make you do what you need to do. If you can see our little tickler below, I don't have any new numbers for you right now because the jobs report won't come out till January 10th. So we're all looking forward to seeing what those numbers are looking like for the nation. And on Tuesday, I think the 7th, the job opportunity and labor, the turnover report, JOLT, we call it JOLT, that comes out tomorrow. So that will have some new data. But anyway, if you're subscribing to our texting system, which is a new thing we're doing by hitting, texting TCE to 757-600-0093, again, 757-600-0093, they're going to get the news as soon as it comes out. So you can be on top of things and see where things are happening for this month. So in the meantime, just enjoy my voice and look at the audio. I am live with you, or if you did send an email to me to ask me a career question, I will definitely get that to you. I want to answer those questions, actually, is what I'm trying to say. So today we're going to hit some trends, some tips, and some predictions that are happening, at least from my point of view, some things that will happen to be aware of. I'll put it this way, to be aware of and to get yourself in position to deal with this month. So let me first get to that. Like I said, the jobs report will not come out until the 10th of January. So we're really paying attention to that and want to make sure we are ready for you to have all the strategies and tools you need to beat that. Let's see. Of course, all the little right, subscribe and follow and all that kind of good stuff. And again, my apologies for no face, but let's see how this will work on YouTube this month. Or worst case, I'll just do another one. So first thing I want to hit is a couple of tips, and I always like to start from the inside out. If any of you guys know me, I know you all are like, I just want to get a job tomorrow and I just want to send this thing out and that's all I want to do. And that it should be just that easy. But you got to know who you are and what you bring. So if you don't know that, how can you sell what you don't know? It's just impossible. But it really is. It's impossible to do that, to sell what you don't know. I mean, how can you do that, right? So one of the push-ups that I've always been fond of for these many, many years is the very first one I ever did, which is define yourself or be defined. It is so crucial now more than ever, but you are the product. If you don't define your gifts, your talents, your worth, your value, what you will accept, what you won't accept, what's negotiable and non-negotiable, you're going to miss out. I mean, you'll be in the wrong market for yourself. You'll be either working somewhere or contributing somewhere that you hate. You'll be, never satisfied, but often stressed. So I do believe in this power of define yourself or be defined, because if you don't, what happens is simply this. It's really the beginning of all this. It's part of you being self-aware about who you are. Because if you don't define yourself, then the world or your circumstances will. And that's full stop, period. That's just the way it is. Is it fair? Of course not. But that's the way it is. So if you define yourself versus being defined, it'll help you to embrace, right, who you are, what you bring, and reduce those chances of you, number one, getting hustled in the workplace. That means you're not in a goodness of fit. You somewhere you don't belong, right? Because you don't know where you do belong. And it's also very appropriate in the marketplace. So it goes for both. So define yourself or be defined. Please take some time, 30 hours this week, to make sure you know who you are and what you bring, okay? To know who you are and what you bring. Very important. Hey, Nasa. Thank you, Nasa. And again, my face would be right here with you. But it seems to not be because my camera did not work. But we're going to still press with an audio on YouTube. But anyway, we're on this platform. But listen, those of you who are here, tell you what, let's do some, you all know I love to network. That's one of the things that's really important. But share your websites and that kind of stuff, and we'll see if we can give you a shout out as I'm going through and doing this. Another push-up that I think is critical, very critical, and these are applicable to all your career, your life, and your business. Some of you are brick and mortar business owners. Some of you are makers of things on your kitchen table or garage. Bottom line, you want to make it on your own steam. But there's some things we've got to learn before you make it on your own steam. This other push-up I have is we have to improve how we make decisions. We have to improve how we make decisions. And I have a push-up that says simply this: believe nothing that's said. Believe everything that's done. And that's probably the second push-up I ever made, because it's powerful and it's very applicable right now. Folks will say all kinds of stuff, but what do they do? And that's, you're looking at that in the career space, look at that in the life space, look at that in your self-employment, entrepreneurial business space. And based on data, not feelings, based on data and not feelings, that's how you make decisions. And let me share with you why this push-up is so important, because we need to all improve our decision making. Before you make a move, before you impart strategy, before you walk into or walk away from, we need to improve our decision making. So here's the deal. I mean, when things are tough or when things are great, this solution will help you to make your best decision based on what? Data and facts versus feelings. A lot of us make decisions based on how we feel. We need to not do that when you're talking strategic, when you're talking intentional, when you're talking goals, when you're talking results. Okay, we're talking in the business space, in the career space, and heck, yeah, maybe your life space too. So moving forward, believe nothing that's said, believe everything that's done, and based on the data, then make your decision. Very important push-up. I had to learn it the hard way, but we're sharing with you now so you can have it. So listen, those of you just check it out. Who is this lady with the voice? I am your career engineer, tcenow.com. Make sure you visit us for all tips and tricks and resources and things to help you to not get anxious, but get prepared. So in the essence of preparation, predictions and some tips and some trends. I want to really share something because, you know, I did a television earlier today on traditional television, and I'm telling you, everybody's talking AI, and we need to, because it's here and you're going to have to deal with it or be disrupted by it, right? So the capability, here's my prediction, something I really feel, and I've been talking about this a lot last year. And those of you, again, if you are, you have, our email is info@tcenow.com. If you have a question or comment, drop it and I will answer it. I will do that. But the intersection, there is now, I mean, when AI first came out, first folks were excited, and that's fine. And then some folks got a little concerned because they thought replacement theory, right? And in some cases, that may be true. In some cases, that may be true, but not in all. So what I'm seeing as a prediction for this year coming up is how the human being that can intersect or fuse their understanding of this tool with its capability, you guys are going to be nuggets. You're going to be golden nuggets, sought after, able to get the best opportunities and keep the best opportunities. And that's across the board, the career in the marketplace, as well as the career space. You have to know, I mean, the new trend is for the human being to consider AI not as a job replacer, okay? I mean, like I said, in some places, hey, if there's a robot packing a package, that's a different story. But for the rest of us, the candidate that can, like I said, they can fully understand and intersect their AI knowledge and use with human capability will be in demand. Full stop, in demand. And not always think of it as a job replacer, but consider the AI tools as a career accelerator. Now that's a whole different mind shift. That's a whole different mind shift. If you think of it that way, I challenge you all to learn to use the AI tool that's in your industry or your space so you can produce better, work smarter, get ahead of the game. And still, when AI don't work, because AI can't do everything, at least not yet, you're still valuable because you're the human being with the gray matter in the brain who can still think. But the winner of this year and beyond are those who can truly merge the capability of AI and their understanding of it. Really big deal. The second prediction coming from me, and this might be for all folks who hire, who got W-2s, 1099s a little bit, but really more the W-2 folks. Expect more resignations and paid leave requests. Yeah, I mean, recruiters, HR departments, big and small. I hope you're paying attention that this is real. Expect to see more resignations and paid leave requests. And even some disability requests. And let me tell you why. Because I think I have a video I talked about people want meaningful, sustainable, and maintainable work. Keyword maintainable work, right? And if they can't find it, they will move on. But here's the deal. I know there's a strong push right now towards the return to the RTO. I mean, return to work, RTO is how we call it. The really rigid stances on RTO. And what we're predicting, and a lot of the sources are right with me, it might create mass resignations, particularly from Gen Z and Gen Y, which is around, you got some geriatric Gen Ys who are about 40 something years old, right? Just think about that term right now, geriatric Gen Y, Gen Y, the millennials, right? But that your rigidness to the RTO world might just flip the switch on you. So employers may see higher demand for caregiving leave, but that's the real world we're living in, guys. Folks are taking care of somebody, an elderly person, or themselves, or a younger person, or somewhere in between. So more requests for caregiving leave or disability requests in a way to manage and maintain. Like we told you, people are looking for meaningful work, sustainable work, and maintainable work. So according to one source that I was reading, organizations who cling to rigid in-office policies risk alienating their workforce and losing the productivity in the process. You're trying to get them to go back to work because you believe being at the desk makes it different. But when the mass resignations come, you've just, shot yourself in the foot with the nose and everything else, right? So losing productivity in the process. So those of you who hire and fire, you might want to consider some things. You might want to reconsider, but that's a big prediction happening this year because people need to maintain. Now, here's something that I find, this is really interesting because it's going back to old school with some new school. And what I mean by this is the role of the recruiter, the actual HR recruiter, right? That person that's supposed to be out there finding talent, tapping into talent different ways to get good, fresh pipeline into the organization. AI is going to have a big impact on this, at least from our predictions this year, how recruiters do what they do. And here's what I find a little fascinating, but also nostalgic, because recruiters used to do this stuff way back when. So, we all know that AI has a big place to play in terms of all the applicant tracking systems, with the keywords in your resumes and all that kind of stuff, looking at your content to get you through a screener, to get you to an interview with a human being. However, here's what's really interesting. The future could be that the AI will have the 100% interview process. The whole thing, y'all. The AI would be the whole interview process. That it may not be the recruiters doing everything, right? The actual interviewing process in its entirety. So here's the deal, though. Here's why I think this is the past is the future. So this means that recruiters will need to be human again. They'll need to be human again and actually connect with other human beings, right? Out in the community, in the marketplace, in different spaces to garner excitement and opportunities that will be missed by just reading a job description. So they're going to be out there networking again, out there mingling at different places so that they can really show excitement when they talk about their company and why you should work for us. Like be at the baseball games. I don't know, that kind of thing, which is what recruiters used to do. They were out there at job fairs and in the community, and anytime they could get to tap into some talent, they were out there. They were the marketers for the company, kind of, on the human side. So how interesting that recruiters might get to put the human back in human resources. That's all I'm saying. So I just think that's interesting. So look out for those 3 predictions. But in the meantime, you can also check out, we have more information on our website. That's tcenow.com. In fact, I've uploaded a blog that has more of this information up there, and you can check that out. And of course, there you can click to all of our services and things to see who we are and what we're about and how we can help you in the career, life, or business space. And as always, if you have a question about what I shared today or what I may share tomorrow, or you may have a question for today, hit me up at info@tc. No, yes, info. Just thought about my never mind. info@tcenow.com. You can submit a question or comment. There's times I might pull your question and either share it on a television show or talk about it here on this broadcast and things of that nature. So just hit me up. I love reading and hearing all of your comments and quotes. And again, if you haven't, like I said, if you go to our website, tcenow.com, you can subscribe to our new SMS community or subscribe to our TCE news. Either way, to be attached and connected to us for when stuff comes out, we can make sure we give it to you the TCE way. All right. So again, apologize for, I hope my voice can take sounds sexy to you or whatever, TCE sexy, that is. But yeah, we're here on first Mondays of the month. I'll make sure I bring as much new content as I can to you. And let me see. I think that's all I want to share today. I definitely want you guys to have an amazing month full of prosperity, promise, and things of that nature, and peace. Please get some peace in all this, and get yourself in position to make sure you're choosing and not falling by the wayside by chance, right? That's a whole different mindset. So we're here for you. And as you guys know, I always say, don't get anxious, always be prepared. That's a big mantra of ours. And that's something that we all need to do. Okay. So y'all be blessed. Again, I'm looking forward to any questions or comments you may have. Have a blessed week. And as I always say, don't get anxious, get prepared. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching our Career Business Show. I hope you learned a lot about today's topic. If you enjoyed the show, please let me know by visiting our website, tcenow.com, and sending me an email. I'd love to hear from you.